There's something down in the woods over there. I think it's a deer. I can't tell because of the leaves are in the way. But anyway, let's talk about the 333 rule for panic attacks. It's a helpful tool that many people use for immediate relief, but there's so much more to understand about what's actually happening in your nervous system and what deeper healing actually looks and feels like. Hi, I'm Keisha Dent. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and I help women transform anxious energy into authentic power and presence. And before we dive in, I've got a couple of free panic attack support PDFs waiting for you on my blog. So they're just a summary of just some of the most important items to remember that we're going to discuss when panic strikes. So check that out. They're really easy to fold up and just keep in your wallet or keep in your bag, so you can have them whenever you need them. So what is the 333 rule? So the 333 rule is a grounding technique that works by redirecting your attention to the present moment. So it's super simple, super easy to remember. You basically identify 3 things you can see, 3 sounds you can hear, and move 3 parts of your body. And this can absolutely provide relief in the moment because it interrupts the panic spiral and it engages your senses. It's definitely a valid tool, and if it helps you, that is wonderful. But of course, I want to share what I've learned about why panic attacks happen in the first place and what's possible when we address them at a deeper level. So it's important to understand that your nervous system isn't broken or malfunctioning if you are suffering from anxiety. It's actually operating exactly as it was designed to, but the challenge is that it often got programmed during times when you needed protection, and those same patterns are still running today. We are programmed to experience anxiety, and we are programmed to have it happen at times when it's needed. But the thing about that is our world has changed so dramatically. We came from, as far as evolution goes, not that long ago, a world where on the daily we faced uncertainty, we faced potential war with other tribes, we faced threats from apex predators, right? That most of which are no longer here anymore. And because of that, anxiety was a daily companion that helped us to get through the day. However, our world has changed. A lot has changed, but yet our operating system has not really changed. And it's looking for ways to be of use in the modern world. And the thing about anxiety is most anxiety responses were created when you were younger as survival mechanisms, right? Your subconscious mind learned, well, if I stay hypervigilant about everything that can go wrong, I can keep myself safe. It was trying to help you. But now that same protective system can feel overwhelming. It can feel exhausting. It can cause a lot of problems and hijack our life completely. Anxiety and panic can also be your nervous system's way of communicating important information, that something's off, that something feels misaligned. When panic strikes, your body is experiencing what feels like a life-threatening emergency. But the thing about this too is there can be some valuable information, some valuable intelligence in that response so that we can learn how to, number one, become aware of what is happening in our life, what changes, what transitions, what feels uncertain, what feels scary, and then also be able to work with that energy to direct it in a better way. Your sensitivity and your awareness aren't liabilities. When properly understood and channeled, they can actually be wonderful and powerful strengths when used in the right way. There are essentially 2 approaches to working with anxiety: managing symptoms, or just putting a Band-Aid on them, or transforming the patterns. So managing systems means having tools, like the 333 rule, having it ready when panic strikes, and this can be helpful. These tools are valuable and it can provide real relief, and I absolutely encourage having them in your toolkit. But there's also the possibility of working at the level where these patterns have been born and where they're playing out and repeating in your subconscious mind and in your body. And when you work with them at this level, This is where we can actually shift the underlying program that's creating the anxiety response in the first place. It's not really about choosing one or the other. You can use grounding techniques for immediate support, and that's totally fine and okay, while also going deeper and doing deeper work to address root causes. When you understand how your nervous system learned these patterns, you can also understand how to teach it new ones. So that same intensity that creates panic can be redirected into creativity, it can be redirected into energy, it can be redirected into ambition, and into things like authentic presence. Your overthinking isn't a disorder, it's simply excess energy that needs proper channeling. If you need immediate support while you're exploring these deeper layers, so don't forget about those free panic attack support PDFs that I mentioned, and you can grab them from the blog link in the description. Whether you're just learning about the 333 rule now, or you've been using grounding techniques like this for years, there's always more to discover about your own mind, your own nervous system, and what's possible for you and your healing journey. Your awareness, your sensitivity, your deep feeling nature, these things aren't obstacles to overcome. They're gifts and energy that, when properly understood and supported, can become sources of wisdom, creativity, of authentic expression and connection. That person you were before anxiety became overwhelming, she's still there. And there's so much more available to you than just managing symptoms. So again, don't forget to grab those free panic attack support PDFs from the blog page. They'll just give you some practical tools you can use right away. If you're curious about exploring the deeper layers of healing and understanding why your nervous system responds the way it does, and also learning to understand what it takes to create lasting change, then I've created the 5-day anxiety breakthrough bootcamp. So this isn't about just using tools and keeping it moving. It's about understanding your unique patterns and discovering what becomes possible when you work with your mind, when you work with your nervous system, rather than just against it. It is a 5-day coaching package of sessions where we spend time each day just to shed light on what your story is, just to see what your patterns are. And it's completely free. Each session is personalized for your specific situation to be able to show what needs to be done and what direction you can move. And at the end of our free time together, if you should decide that this is helpful for you, we can also discuss how we can work together further. So if this resonates with you, I'm going to be sending out the application soon. There is an application process simply because there's only one of me, right? And I just want to make sure that we're going to be a good fit for this as well. Your healing journey is uniquely yours, and you deserve support that honors both where you are now, where you've been, and also where you want to go. So that's it for me today. Remember to grab your PDFs off the blog site. Look out for the announcement for the application for the 5-day anxiety breakthrough bootcamp. And I want to remind you always that in order to change your life, you must first change yourself. Thank you so much. And again, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.